You are with us on the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. We now bring you a commentary, Engine of National Growth Through Innovation, scripted by N. Bhadra Nair, Executive Editor, Indian Science Journal. India has improved its position as one of the top 50 innovative countries in the World Intellectual Property Organization's annual rankings. At 48th position, India has improved its position by 4 spots on the Global Innovation Index 2020. Switzerland, Sweden, US, UK and the Netherlands are on the top spots of ranking. India has been consistently improving its ranking from the 81st position in 2015 and 52nd in 2019 to 48th in 2020. The ranking is based on knowledge capital, vibrant startup ecosystem and amazing work done by the public and private research bodies. Innovation has been given a push by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and he has been talking about it from every platform. In his address to the nation on the 74th Independence Day, Mr. Modi said, "India needs to be innovative to take on the competitive world." He said in order to progress, the nation needs to innovate. Higher the stress that will be laid on innovation and research, greater would be the strength to take India forward in this competitive world. The National Education Policy 2020 has restructured the entire educational system to provide for knowledge creation and innovation. Higher education must form the basis of knowledge creation and innovation, thereby contributing to a growing national economy. The purpose of higher quality education is therefore more than the creation of greater opportunities for individual employment, reads the policy. Niti Aayog has given an institutional framework and made innovation a flagship program of the Modi government. It was named after former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who brought science or Vigyan to the forefront of national priorities and reframed the slogan Jai Kisan, Jai Jawan and added Jai Vigyan to it. The Atal Innovation Mission is meant to be the driver to promote innovation and entrepreneurship across the country based on India's needs in the years ahead. Atal Innovation Mission is pivotal to align innovation policies of the central and state governments and promote an ecosystem of innovation and entrepreneurship at various levels: higher secondary schools, science, engineering and other higher academic institutions, small and medium enterprises, corporate and at the level of voluntary bodies. A long-term goal of the mission includes bringing in its ambit major research areas in the country like scientific and industrial research, agriculture research and medical research aligned to national socio-economic needs. Unless research and innovation come out of laboratories to serve the mankind, India cannot achieve the dream of self-sufficiency. 70 years ago, we served as a market for foreign manufacturers and suppliers, and it is time to reverse the role. Innovation could only germinate in free minds and in a free environment, free from administrative shackles. This is a challenge for the government to transform India's scientific and research organizations to become the drivers of socio-economic development. Since the government wants the private sector also to be an equal partner in the development of the nation, private enterprises have to chip in with development of research and innovation. Indians have propelled innovation from the ancient times, and there is no dearth of innovative minds in the country. But the main challenge in India as elsewhere is stable and accessible financial mechanism. Though the government has come up with several programs to support innovation, there still is hesitation among financial institutions to fund the innovation cycle from ideation to commercialization, expansion, and eventually long-term business sustainability. The current global pandemic has given a learning curve and a sense of urgency for the nation to be self-reliant in every critical area, so that India does not have to look to foreign supply chain which gets disrupted during crisis. Every crisis brings opportunities and room for creation. The spin-off effect of the current pandemic has been an interest in innovative solutions for health. It has also unleashed digital solutions in several fields like distance working, distance education, e-commerce and mobility solutions. India has now realized it should seize the opportunity by creating an enabling environment by putting in place an ecosystem that breeds innovation. If all the initiatives taken by the government has to fructify, the financial dimension should play its critical role. That was today's commentary, Engine of National Growth Through Innovation, scripted by N. Bhadran Nair, Executive Editor, Indian Science Journal. This came to you from the General Overseas Service of All India Radio.
We present the intriguing game of numbers, the mystery of number calculation solved in seconds. So be ready with your pen and paper and let your mind explore the world of numbers.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Playing with numbers.
Playing with numbers for the maths lovers and developers. To learn the solution in a few seconds, special types and lengthy questions under the guidance of teacher's teacher, maths wizard Ashok Kumar Roy. We will now take a very special expression in which the numbers of terms will be even and all terms from left to right will be square of consecutive descending natural numbers. In this type of special expressions, the first term will be positive, but second term will be a negative. Again, third term will be a positive, but the fourth term will be a negative, and so on. The terms at odd places will be positive, but the terms in even places will be a negative.
10 square minus 9 square plus 8 square minus 7 square plus 6 square minus 5 square plus 4 square minus 3 square. Number of terms is 8, so there are 4 pairs. First pair is 10 square minus 9 square. Second pair is 8 square minus 7 square. Third pair is 6 square minus 5 square. And fourth pair is 4 square minus 3 square.
For example, take this expression 10 square minus 9 square plus 8 square minus 7 square plus 6 square minus 5 square plus 4 square minus 3 square. Here, number of terms are 8. Listen carefully. 8 is very important. Number of terms are 8, so there are 4 pairs. First pair is 10 square minus 9 square. Second pair, 8 square minus 7 square. Third pair is 6 square minus 5 square. Fourth pair is 4 square minus 3 square. So we have only 4 pairs. To find out the answer of the expression, we will find out the product of 4 and 10 plus 3. Because initial term is 10 square, so we will take 10. Final term is 3 square, so we will take 3.
We will find out 4 into 10 plus 3, that is 4 into 13, which will be 52. So 10 square minus 9 square plus 8 square minus 7 square plus 6 square minus 5 square plus 4 square minus 3 square is equal to 4 into 10 plus 3 is equal to 4 into 13 is equal to 52, which is final answer.
So to get the answer quickly, we will find out the sum of 4 into 10 plus 3, that is 4 into 13 is equal to 52. And this is the final answer. This program was conceptualized and produced by Monica Gulati. Assisted in production by Divya Nambishan and narrated by Lucy Gabriel.
I would like to pay a tribute to a former president, Shri Pranab Mukherjee. His contribution and achievement in the service of India needs no recounting. He had been the 13th President of India and had a tremendous influence over the entire gamut of governance. As an external affairs minister, he had been instrumental in articulating and realizing several Indian foreign policies, and the Indian Foreign Service is enriched by his contribution and leadership and even his instinctive understanding of international affairs. He had been the foreign minister twice and had a keen interest in India's immediate and extended neighborhood. With the passing of this great man, we have lost a great statesman and a resourceful person and an inspirational figure in public life. It's unfortunate to have lost him to this worldwide pandemic. We pay a last tribute to this great soul. Jai Hind.
Hello and welcome to Folktales from India, in which we bring you Panchatantra Stories. The first story is titled The Three Tradesmen. Once upon a time, 3 tradesmen lived in a city. One day their city was preparing to meet an impending attack from the neighboring state. The 3 traders were worried and started planning how to defend their city. One of them, who was a dealer of bricks, said, "Friends, bricks are the best way to fortify a city. Even cannonballs cannot penetrate the resistance put up by a strong brick wall." Another tradesman, who was a dealer of wood, suggested that timber was the best solution and offered his own argument. The third tradesman, who sold leather, said, "Friends, all said and done, I must say there is nothing in the world to defend a city like leather." The moral: every man for his trade. The second folktale we have for you is titled The Boy and the Bottle. There once lived a little boy who loved the hazelnuts and berries that his mother used to give him every day. One day the little boy wanted some more nuts, and he put his hand into a bottle containing them. He grabbed a handful and tried to pull his hand out, but the neck of the bottle was too narrow and his hand got stuck. The little boy burst into tears as he struggled in vain to free his hand. A wise friend came up and offered a suggestion. "Don't attempt to take too much at a go, dear boy," said the friend. "Hold half of the nuts in your hand and let the other portion go. Once your hand comes out, you can take a second chance and get the rest." And now we bring you a Panchatantra tale titled The Thief's Mother. One day a boy stole a book from his schoolmate and brought it home. Instead of rebuking him, his mother encouraged him to get more good things the same way. He grew up, but his childhood habit stayed, and he kept stealing things. One day he was caught red-handed and sentenced to death. When he was being taken to the gallows, his mother was standing in the crowd and wailing for her son. The son came up to his mother and said, "Stop crying, mother. I am suffering today only because of you. You did not punish me when I stole my schoolmate's book. Instead, you encouraged me to be what I am today. If you had corrected me when I was young, I would never have had to face this day." The moral: evil should be nipped at the bud. And we now bring you a story titled The Boy Who Went Swimming. There lived a fun-loving boy who was interested in all kinds of sport. One day he went swimming so far out in the river that he could not struggle against the strong current. As the boy began to sink, he caught sight of a man standing on the shore at a distance. He yelled to him with all his might and asked for help.
But instead of coming to the boy's rescue, the man stood there and started advising the boy that he should be more careful in future. The boy was gasping for breath and was desperate. He said, "Oh, please, sir, save your sermon for later. Do something practical and save me now." The moral: advice without practical help is of no use to anyone. And the next folk tale is titled The Astronomer. Once there lived a very observant astronomer who would watch the stars with such keen interest that he used to forget everything around. He used to roam the city and watch the stars from various spots. One day he failed to notice an open well and fell into it. He was scared and helpless and began to cry. A passerby stopped and saw the astronomer struggling to get out. He listened to the poor man's pleas, chuckled and said, "Oh, dear friend, you are always trying to solve the mysteries of the heavens above. But it is not right to ignore the common objects near your feet. You deserve to suffer." The moral: indifference towards ordinary things often leads to danger. And our next folktale is titled The Boastful Traveller. A globetrotter lived in a village and spent most of his time boasting about the many heroic things he did in the different places that he had visited. The villagers listened but hardly believed all that he said. One day he said when he was in a place called Rhodes, he had leaped such a distance that no man could ever leap any further. One of his listeners said, "That sounds great, friend, but there is no witness. Let's suppose this is Rhodes. Now leap and prove that you can really accomplish the feat. We are all watching." The globetrotter sat silent and shamefaced. The moral: the best way to cure a boaster is to put his words to test. And now we bring you a folktale titled The Eagle, the Cat and the Wild Sow. An eagle made her nest at the top of a tall tree. A cat came to live in a hole in the trunk and a sow lived at the foot of the tree. The cat was very cunning and wanted to drive away the eagle and the pig families. She said to the eagle, "The sow is going to dig up the roots of this tree. When we fall down with our families, she will eat us up." The eagle was scared and stopped flying out to look for food. The cat next went to the sow and said, "The eagle wants to eat your little pigs. You must never leave them alone." Now even the sow was scared and stopped going out for food. Soon the eagle and the pig family died of hunger, leaving not only the whole tree for the cat, but also became food for the sly cat and her kittens. You were listening to Folk Tales from India, and today you heard Panchatantra Stories. This broadcast came to you from the General Overseas Service of All India Radio.